are at Star Wars Celebration Live, powered by Verizon on StarWars.com, and I am joined here by 4 special guests. Guys, can you please give me your names, and then we'll talk about your panel coming up tomorrow.
Pete Vilmer.
Michael Novak.
Todd Chamberlain.
George Luke. Steve Sansweet.
Yeah. And what can you tell me about the dawn of Star Wars collecting?
Well, this panel idea came from my passion in collecting is focused on the earliest memorabilia. There was a time, believe it or not, before Star Wars.
What?
And yes, there was
Not
a
when I
time
was
before
alive.
Star Wars. So,
He
and
wasn't
some of
born.
us.
Forget it.
I was born then.
No, he wasn't.
And so it's really fascinating to look at the collectibles associated with the year before Star Wars came out, right when it came out, and then the result of 38 plus years in Star Wars collecting.
The minor impact that the movie had.
It's a shame they stopped making
on the
the
world.
collectibles.
On the world.
It really
The
is
entire
a shame.
galaxy.
Nothing
Yeah.
to buy these days.
So what got you into that, and what was that first piece of memorabilia that you were really excited to get?
Well,
That is probably a cast and crew ticket to the before the film came out. I think it was May 21st, 4 days before the film came out.
Yep.
I think that's probably the first piece. And as it happens, the very first article I ever published as a writer was Star Wars pre-release collectibles, 1998.
Wow.
And I got that published in a fanzine. So this is a subject near and dear to me.
Yeah.
and it was Pete's article actually that focused my collection to the earliest collectibles.
Right. Because there's so much to collect.
Yeah.
Right. So how many pieces do you guys have in your collection? Any? Is it hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands?
In total, or just pre-released items?
Why don't you give me both? Or is it just uncountable?
Maybe 30 pre-release and then thousands of actual items in the collection.
Yeah, something like
I
that.
have hundreds of pieces. So
Hundreds of pieces. Yeah.
Steve, how many pieces do you have?
About 500,000.
Okay. Yeah.
All pre-release.
Not all pre-release. So that I don't know. That's a good question.
How did you guys all come together? Why did you band together for this panel?
Well, when I came up with the idea for the panel, I decided that I needed the heavy hitters in the collecting community that also have very, very well-established collectors who have great collections of the earliest Star Wars memorabilia, and hence our panelists.
You know, Corey, one of the great things about collecting, a lot of people think, oh, these guys, they really want each other's stuff and they stab each other in the back.
Yeah.
And you find the collecting community among Star Wars fans is the most social, agreeable, helpful to other collectors of any other collecting kind of group that I know
Very
of. And
collaborative.
we've become friends over the years,
Yeah.
all of us.
I would say my experience, I was talking to some people about this last night, that in my experience, the collectors I know who've been the most competitive have oftentimes burned out the quickest. Like, they just come in, and if they feel like if they can't be the number one top dog, then it's just no fun for them. And so it's become fairly easy to predict sometimes the folks who they're going to be flash in the pans, do it for a little while, and then sell out because they're never going to be happy if they don't have everything that comes along. And to me, it's the relationships that really are what sustains someone in the hobby
Just
a
like
long
Star
time.
Wars fandom as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just about the love of the films, the franchises. And I find for this specifically, there is a certain amount of historical archiving. Like, it belongs in a museum. Like you're collecting pieces that might just get lost forever. Things that are just, if it's not documented and taken care of by people that care about it, we're going to lose a piece of history.
It's amazing how much of this early stuff and pre-release stuff exists because fans have saved it.
And that's why it's so necessary to be collaborative, because not all of us can own every single piece of pre-release. So in order to actually get a full picture of the history, we have to collaborate and learn from each other, and that's what builds the history out.
Everybody all coming together.
Exactly.
And then you start, just from being a fan in a small collection to a bigger collection to being a part of Celebration, having panels, being recognized by Lucasfilm and Disney and StarWars.com. I think it's really amazing that Lucasfilm recognizes it, and Lucasfilm supports it and encourages you guys and promotes you guys, right?
Exactly. Absolutely.
So
It's
you're
essential.
saying Lucasfilm supports dumpster diving, which is good to hear.
I didn't
Yes.
say those words. I know you
All
support
guilty.
dumpster diving because we talked about it yesterday. But if it's worth it and you're saving precious artifacts,
Well, I know that's how we all feel, really.
yeah.
Well, a lot of the artifacts were saved by dumpster divers.
Yeah.
I mean, specifically like stationery, for example.
Yeah.
That stuff would never have survived otherwise.
Yeah. Guys, that's all. I mean, that's very, very interesting. Why should people come to the panel tomorrow? What are you guys going to talk about that can draw people in?
Well, first and foremost, the prizes should bring people
Oh,
there.
okay. Are they new prizes or are they very
Well,
old
we've got
prizes?
a lot of the prizes
Some of the
right
prizes
here. as a
are
matter
here,
of fact.
actually.
What can you show me?
Yeah, okay, so this is an early iron-on. It's an ink transfer. This was put on the crew shirts in 1976, so this will be given away after a trivia question, and another one here, both by Ralph McQuarrie.
And are those originals?
These are originals.
No way.
Yeah, that's why they're backwards. They have yet to be put on a T-shirt.
So what year? It says,
1976. It even says 76 on there.
and that's the Star Wars Corp.
Right, that's Star Wars.
I just got chills. I'm sorry, that's the coolest thing I've seen in the 3 days I've been hosting. Oh, I feel funny right now. Oh my goodness.
We have these are press photos that were distributed to help promote the film.
Yep.
So we have some of those available.
That they sent out to the movie theaters to get them to pick up the reels?
And to newspapers, magazines,
Yep.
and those press kits, and some of these are very rare that
Yeah.
we're giving away. So this is probably the rarest of them, and old comic books.
Oh man, I
Original
read
comic
that.
books.
So not that many people remember that the first 3 Star Wars comic books came out before the movie. That's why people still think they saw the big scene in Star Wars, because they
Right.
read it in the comic books before the movie came
Right.
out.
Right.
And
Anything
another,
else?
Another item.
There's a lot of
that's,
stuff here.
Yeah, we have lots of stuff. This is a cast and crew pamphlet this was actually the UK version. There are 4 versions of this, 2 US versions and 2 UK versions.
What's inside?
And Todd, you help? Thanks.
Oh, it's
So
beautiful.
the cast and crew, and these were provided to the cast and crew and to the media when they came to see the premiere of the film. And so they're highly collectible. And
It's like
so,
going to the theater and being handed your playbill before the.
Playbill.
Oh,
They
That's
actually
right.
do that.
I want all of it.
And also in the theater, Todd.
So this was a license. This was one of the first memorabilia items. You could purchase this in theater lobbies.
Yep.
Distributed by George Fenmore, and there
Wow.
are 3 different versions of this. Various printings have different textures to the
Wait a
cover.
second. 3?
There's definitely 3.
I'm missing one.
Okay, we'll
You
talk
need to go
afterwards.
to the panel and win.
Yeah.
So is this stuff from your guys' personal collection?
Yes.
Yes.
So you really do collaborate. You guys are giving away stuff that you yourselves collected to people that are here.
Absolutely.
Their collections of the oldest and the earliest Star Wars
Guys,
memorabilia.
thank you so. I'm like humbled being here. Thank you so much. That is really, really awesome. And we will continue our coverage of Star Wars Celebration Live, and I'm going to tear up over all of the things on this counter. Don't go anywhere.
I am here with Carrie Beck and Carrie Hart from the Lucasfilm Story Group. Now, Carrie, you are the head of the Lucasfilm Story Group. How was this group created and what purpose do you guys serve?